My name is Wesley Roach, and I'm a second-year osteopathic medical school student at Nova Southeastern University, and I will be narrating this research poster. So the title of this research study was Attitudes Towards End-of-Life Care Planning During COVID-19 in a Sample of the General Population in the United States. As far as the background goes for this research study, although little is known about how different factors may affect planning for end-of-life care, it also plays a role in improving patient outcomes and lowered healthcare costs. Particularly in the era of COVID-19, no study to our knowledge has explored its role in end-of-life care planning, especially among young and healthy individuals from diverse backgrounds in the general population. Thus, this study is aimed to bridge this gap and examine how these factors may influence planning for end-of-life care during this pandemic. The objective of this study is to evaluate how the contribution of knowledge, experiences, attitudes, and fears relates to end-of-life care planning and decision-making in the context of COVID-19. As far as the methods for this research study, cross-sectional data were collected from a diverse sample of the United States population between December 2020 and January 2021 via anonymous online questionnaire through REDCap. Validated measures were utilized, including attitudes towards end-of-life care, perceptions regarding hospice, communication about death and dying, and fear of COVID-19. Participants were recruited via social media, snowball, and convenience sampling strategies. Linear regression and descriptive data were analyzed using SPSS v.26. This study was approved by the Nova Southeastern University Institutional Review Board. There was a broad range of respondents in this study. The age range was 18 to 78 years old. As far as gender, the respondents were predominantly women at 65.7%. There was both single and married respondents, and it was about equal at 39.9% for single and 42.5% for married. There was a diverse background of religions represented in our sample pool. Christianity, atheism, agnostic, Islam, Judaism, and Hinduism, among other denominations. 75.5% of respondents reported white, 12.9% reported Asian background, 1% reported black background, and 9.4% preferred not to answer. 15.9% reported Hispanic Latino background. Most of our respondents, 83.3%, were not employed as a healthcare professional or first responder, but 25% reported their occupation routinely exposed them to individuals with suspected COVID-19 infection. 29.6% of respondents reported having one or more risk factors for contracting COVID-19. 94.4% of respondents had heard of advanced care directives, living wills, but most did not have any reported advanced care directive on file at the time of taking this survey. And here you see a multilinear regression model, and this is showing that favorable attitudes towards hospice care, more comfort in communicating about death and dying, and being female successfully explain 20% of variance in predicting limited medical interventions at end of life. Fear and anxiety about COVID-19 did not contribute to this model. Conclusion: this study provides new and useful information about factors that influence planning for end-of-life care. Data from our study suggests that positive attitudes toward hospice care and ease with discussing death and dying in general, excluding fears surrounding of COVID-19, may contribute to favorable attitudes towards end-of-life planning. Education and gender may also play a role in how individuals feel about end-of-life planning. Educating patients and healthcare consumers on options for care at end of life and how to plan for end of life before they become terminally ill may lead to increased advanced care planning, living will, healthcare power of attorney, and increased use of hospice.